Hello, I'm Dr. Archer Crosley, and welcome to Real World Pediatrics. So today, I want to talk about competition. Now, this video, hopefully, will help you be more successful with your family and in your business. And the essential message is this: don't reinvent the wheel. If you want to be successful, look at the people who are successful and then copy them. Now, I violated this rule so many times in my life that I know it to be true. And when I was a boy, I grew up in the Philadelphia area. Consequently, I was a Philadelphia Eagles football fan, a long-suffering Philadelphia Eagles football fan. In those days, in the 1960s and 70s, the Dallas Cowboys beat the living daylights out of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you, it was as severe a beating as you could possibly endure. As a matter of fact, in those days, the Eagles couldn't beat anybody. It was a miserable experience for an Eagles fan, kind of like what you Dallas Cowboy fans are feeling now, only 10 times worse. Tom Landry and Roger Staubach would come regularly into Philadelphia to humiliate the Eagles. Now here, take a look at this. Between 1967 and 1978, the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles played 22 times. In this period of time, guess how many times the Philadelphia Eagles won? Twice. Okay. That's right, twice. Now here, I'm gonna show you these scores on the screen for you. Now, I was 13 years old in 1967, and I was 24 in 1978. Now, I think these losses caused a lot of psychological harm to me and to many others in the Philadelphia area. They left a lot of emotional scars that are still there today. But there was a reason why the Cowboys were better. They had a better coach, and the coach was creative. He was willing to try new things. It used to bother me that while the Cowboys were doing all these innovative things, the Eagles were sticking to these tiresome old plays that Paul Brown used to run with the Cleveland Browns in the 1950s. I don't know if young people understand this or not, but it was Tom Landry and the Dallas Cowboys who introduced the shotgun snap into the NFL. Now, while the Cowboys were doing all these really neat things, the Eagles were going nowhere with tiresome old plays like the power I and the end sweep. Now, I suppose if you're Jim Brown or you have Jim Brown as your running back, you're going to be successful. But the Eagles didn't have Jim Brown, and consequently, they would get clobbered by the Cowboys. And I would sit there and I would say to myself, why don't we just do what the Cowboys are doing? Why don't we just copy them? Sure, we're always going to be the cheap imitation. We're never going to be as good as the Cowboys, but at least we won't be the doormat of the league. At least we'll be better off. But the Eagles never did that. They were too proud to copy someone else. Well, I can tell you after a life of living that you should never be so proud as to not copy people who are successful. If people are successful, you should take a page out of their book and learn something from them. And when you do that, you're going to be more successful personally, and your business is going to thrive to a greater degree than it is now. Now, that's how you compete in this world. Learn from others and don't be arrogant and proud to the point where you can't admit that others are more successful. Thank you.